Hola,
Hola,
bon
bon dia.
dia.
This week we checked another small repair job off of our list, and we're continuing works on the exterior of the house, preparing for the winter rains.
And we get creative in the garden. Join us for another week of renovations. We finally installed the front end caps on our roof, and it's looking cleaner and more streamlined.
This is something that we struggled to find DIY information for online and on YouTube, so hopefully our experience helps someone else. So the task for today is to install, I don't even know what, I guess they're the end cap pieces or whatever you call them.
Yes.
For our roof.
Yes.
It took us a while to figure out how to do them. So when you look at it like this, it almost looks like it's not the right piece to fit on there. But I did experiment with the offcuts because these ones are just easier to reach and figure it out on. So apparently you need to bend all of these pieces up so that they sit on top of or in front of the ridges. And then these pieces fit underneath the metal, so you push them into the foam. And then this piece sits underneath. So I believe we need to get some metal screws and add screws in afterwards as well. But that seems to be how you install them.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So I'm not a big fan of this system because these pieces that cover the ridges are actually like folded down when you get it. So you have to fold all of these flaps up in order to use the piece, which means you have like a ridge here and they want to dig in, and all of the ones that we saw online come like this with a little piece that goes inside here so that they're more secure and this part doesn't flap out once you get it on. But you know, it is what it is. So we are not experts at this. The reason we're filming this is to share our experiences renovating our ruin in Portugal, and also because we couldn't find any videos online how to install this type of faceplate for the sandwich roof. So we've done the back of the house already, and this seems to be the best method that we've come up with. So hopefully this video helps someone. So Grant is holding the other end to keep the piece kind of in position. And then we're going towards the center of the strip and making sure that it is lined up with the ridges. Seems to be pretty good. So that should be the placement. If you start on one of the ends, it tends to go a little bit more out of alignment once you get to the opposite end. And the best way to get this piece embedded into the foam underneath the metal in the sandwich roof is to put a piece of wood along the edge and then gently tap it with a hammer to get it started. And you just have to check each section and make sure that it is lined up in the right position. Otherwise, you're going to dent it and it won't go in as well. Okay. So I'm just pushing it below the metal in the sandwich panel so that it is going to go into the foam.
Let's see if it moves.
Yeah, so if you find that this piece is not quite centered right, so this one is too far this way, you can gently tap it. This one does not want to move. There, I think that did it. Oh, it needs more.
Yeah.
Are we getting there?
More.
How's that?
This one's lined up. This one isn't. This one probably is. That one is. Not going any further.
How's that?
It's
Okay.
perfect. That's actually better.
So as you get closer to, a bit past halfway, so you have to watch the tips that they don't jam in underneath the metal like this one is. So the style where this piece is, flat, like the edge of the roof, and has the lip that inserts underneath here, would work much better. And they would be easier to install. So if you have that kind, you're lucky. I don't, these ones want to go in. Oh, am I under? Oh, you know why?
You're hitting the wood?
I'm hitting the wood because the wood, no, underneath. So the reason I was having trouble getting that section from about here over in place properly is because our last stringer is too low down. Because, nothing is square on this house. We tried to get what we did square, but, there's only so much you can do when everything's wonky.
Everything's wonky.
Yes. Actually, yeah, it starts from like here. You can see it. I hammered it into the wood slightly. All right, so we had some cursing and bad language, so we stopped filming until we got it done. This front piece was more challenging because the stringer here is too close to the edge of the roof for the trim. So we had to wedge one of the spatula things underneath and work our way across in really small sections to get the face trim in between the stringer and the roof. But we got it done and it's looking good. The parging repairs are almost complete, so now I'm using a cement paint to even out the texture of the walls to prepare them for painting. I found some great information and inspiration from Mike Haddock Masonry. So if you're interested in getting some more in-depth information on this, check out the links in the description. So now that I'm up on the scaffolding, I'll be able to repair this larger crack along the top portion, as well as scrape out these smaller ones so that I can repair those as well. So first off, we're going to be scraping and using the wire brush on the walls. And once I get that part done, I'm going to mix up some of the patch repair compound and start filling holes. You want to get this little turkey off of me? So if you're wondering why it takes us so long to do things, this is a good example of why. See? Yes. You're cute, but you make the work go slower. Yes, you do. What's up, monkey? Really? What are you doing? What are you doing? Hmm? Ow! Did you just bite me? Oh, punk. Lay down. So DJ got his name because he's Drac Jr., short for Dracula Jr., because when you stop petting him, he nibbles on you to remind you that you should be petting him. Yes, because you're a suck. All right. I started on the repairs up here, and you can see I've gone in and opened up the cracks on the wall with the spatula thing, and I've also scraped with the spatula and the wire brush, because all of this yellow crap on the wall is lime wash, and if I don't remove it, or at least most of it, then the paint is not going to stick to this wall. Fortunately, only the front of this house was ever painted. The rest of it is just the cement render, or parging as we call it in Canada. So it's only the front wall that I have to scrub down and remove as much of the lime wash as possible. So we're now ready to fill all the cracks. I had a mishap with some of my files, so I don't have footage of painting with Portland. For now, you can refer to the links in the description of Mike Haddock Masonry, and I'll get footage for the next video. Basically, I mixed Portland cement, water, and I used acrylic paint as the bonding agent. So you'll see all that in our next video. Grant is making great progress with the larger retaining wall.
And we're racing against the clock to finish outdoor work to damp-proof the house before the winter rains begin. Sky raisins.
Flies are crazy. So you can see we have about 12 tires that we picked up today. So Grant has started on the second layer of the wall. So this section of the wall is going to be more vertical than some of the other sections. So some of them are going to have more of a slope to them. And how far back does the second, or does the next row of tires need to go when you want it more vertical?
Just a couple inches.
Yeah, okay. I knew it had to go back a little bit to lean into the slope to kind of support the weight of the dirt behind it.
Yeah, inch and a half, not much.
Okay.
Because we're going to backfill with all the rubble.
Yep.
And then put a nice layer of dirt
all
on
of that
top.
rubble. Yeah, to make it look nicer, and then we can add plants and stuff to it at the end.
You can plants if you want to. You can leave your plants behind.
So you can see he's prying the edge of the tire up with the hoe, and he's using the smaller sledgehammer to pack dirt underneath the rim of the tire. and this helps to make sure that the tire is completely filled and solid before you put the next row of tires on top. And Grant is setting up the beach umbrella, so he has a bit of shade where he's working. Although the chickens are not impressed with the umbrella. So I'm going to leave him to work on this. And I'm going to see if I can get the front of the house done today with the repairs.
Yeah, Esperanza.
Yes, one of our friends was joking because in a lot of the videos, especially the early ones, it was mostly me in front of the camera doing the work, but Grant was mixing the cement and he was also filming, so he does work. He does a lot of the work.
I do the labor intensive work. You do the fine detail.
Yes, because I'm a wimp.
Detail oriented.
That's why we make a good team.
Yes, I make destruction good.
All right, have fun.
What do you think?
Yeah.
Sounds made up.
You're made up. I'm not very good at remembering to water the plants, so I'm experimenting with a modern twist on an ancient self-watering system.
Today, Christina is going to turn plastic water bottles into free DIY Ollas.
Easy for you to say.
I know, spit that out.
So you can see the ivy that I transplanted about 5 days ago is looking rather crispy. So obviously I don't water my plants often enough. I took some clippings from Morning Glories a few days ago, and you can see that they have rooted really well. So I'm now getting ready to plant them. Because I'm not very good at remembering to water my plants, I've decided to experiment with making a DIY olla out of plastic bottles. So the plan is to drill holes at this level in the bottle and then bury it in the ground roughly to where the bottle indents, and then fill it with water so that it creates like a drip irrigation for the new plants. So hopefully that's not too many holes. I'm going to bury this one and see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
You
know we have a funnel, right?
Yeah, I guess I need a funnel. You go get it?
Film me going down the hill cursing you?
Yeah, go ahead.
Things I gotta do for you, you clown.
Whatever.
And I've never prepared for anything. Planting on the hardest part of the day.
Here comes Mr. Grumpy
Things I gotta
Pants.
do for you all the time.
Throw
Damn
stuff at
funnel.
me.
I mean, there you go, sunshine. I'd do anything for you.
You know you're wearing a microphone, right?
What?
Said you know you're wearing a microphone,
Oh,
right?
I forgot. How's that? Was that a little better?
Yeah.
Seems to go into the where it's supposed to go. Hey, botad.
Botad. Oh, there we go. This works way better. That's probably good now.
Probably.
Uh-oh, got my funnel stuck. And is this enough water on those ones, or do
No,
they need
more.
More?
Yeah, she went from pure water to no water.
Ooh. Want to come look? You can see the water going down quite quickly. I don't know how well these are going to work then. I think it's supposed to be more gradual than that, right?
We'll find out, won't we?
Saturating the soil has definitely made a difference, because the first one that I did on the right here, I have refilled 3 times. And the one on the left that I poured water into the hole as I was backfilling the dirt, I have not refilled yet. So you can see bubbles coming up, and the water is very slowly coming out of the bottle into the soil, but it's going at a much slower rate than the one on the right, because the one on the right is in soil that is a lot drier. So it's soaking the moisture out of the bottle faster. The one on the right only has 3 holes, and I decided to go ahead and put 4 holes in this one. So that gives you an idea of how they work.
Don't forget to give our video a like, share with your friends, and leave us a comment. We love hearing from you guys, and it also helps continue to grow our channel.
Thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this week's video. Take care, and we'll see you next week.
Okay, bye!